This is Cody. Cody's Bait and Tackle, Warsaw, Missouri. I didn't give a fishing report last week. I was on vacation, which it don't sound like I missed a whole lot. And my boat was broke down also. I want to give a shout out to Truman Lake Marine. They got me fixed back up, got me back on the water yesterday. Spent today getting the boat reloaded, getting everything back going, batteries charged, all that good stuff. I did get out, look for some hybrids today. Water's come up a couple feet. The fish moved big time. I've heard the crappie didn't move too much. Didn't look like the catfish moved too much, but the hybrids did. They was not at all where I had been catching them 2 weeks ago. They moved, just kind of roamed around and found different humps, about the same depth of water they was on. Just roaming around chasing bait. There's bait absolutely all over the lake. If you can't find shad, you're in trouble. The weir of an evening when I run water, the weir's just loaded with big shad. I ran across it about 1:30. There was shad absolutely all over it. That's a roadbed right across the top of the dam, out probably 125 yards from the dam. There's an old roadbed there that always gets bait and white bass and hybrids on it. I didn't see very many white bass or hybrids. Look like maybe some crappie and just mainly bait. But they keep running water. The white bass and hybrids will pull back up on there anytime. That's one of the real good places where you can actually catch them on artificials. You don't have to run live bait. The catfish, it looked like they was kind of hanging in that 20 to 25 foot range. The thermocline was running about 27, 28 foot deep from what I could see. I'm sure early in the morning it's showing up higher than that, but it was down quite a ways after that rain last week. We got like 6-7 inches of rain altogether last week. Brought some fresh water in, muddied the lake up just a little bit. The fish wasn't spookish when I got on them. The hybrids, I pulled over the top of the school, and I had actually dropped a couple of rods in when I first started seeing them. I dropped 3 rods in, and by the time I knew what happened, I had all 3 rods hooked up. I was by myself. I just left 2 peel and drag while I got one in, and then just took turns getting them in. I managed to land all 3 of them. And then I caught one more single after that. Caught my 4 hybrids in probably 7 to 8 minutes, something like that. It was pretty good. Did take me 2.5 hours to find feeding fish though. I found a couple of schools of fish that wasn't doing much. I finally ran across one school. It looked like they was streaking through some bait, and they was just on fire. Couldn't keep a rod down. The crappie, everybody's been in the shop the last couple of days. I've been in the shop since Saturday. Everybody's given pretty much the same report. 20 foot or less of water, depends on where you're at. Further up the lake, the shallower they are, 6 to 8 foot of water further up the arms. The main lake, I've been hearing anywhere from 15 to 20 foot deep down 8 to 15 foot deep. The brush piles, they say a lot of them brush piles in that 15 foot range are just loaded with crappie right now. A lot of shorts, but they're catching limits keepers out of them too. I haven't heard much on pulling crankbaits this week. It's been pretty slow in the shop, so I ain't got to talk to a whole lot of people. And I've been in and out a lot too. I haven't really talked to anybody that's been pulling crankbaits. There was some walleye caught this weekend, shallow under 10 foot of water. And then several of them, a couple of guys that was real good at catching them, they told me they was doing pretty good up on the lake. So they coming in by a night crawler, so I'd say they was just running night crawler rigs, bottom bouncers probably. I'm gonna flip this camera around here. There's what I just went out and caught in about 8 minutes after I finally found them. That biggest one there probably go 9.5 pounds. 2 smaller ones, and then one probably 7 pounds. The first day back on the water in 2 weeks. I'm hoping the hybrids will keep up through the end of August, pretty steady on live bait. We are starting to get some cold fronts in. We got a pretty good north wind now. If that keeps up, we keep getting them north winds, it will not be too long, and them fish will start coming up on some of them wind-blown points. I caught these fish not too far from a south point. So it won't be too long. Just need some couple more north fronts, and that's where they'll be at. The bait's already pushing up on the banks. The bait I caught today was in 3 foot of water all over the banks. Good size baits for hybrid fishing. That's about all I got to say today. This is Cody's Bait and Tackle, Warsaw, Missouri. Cody's Guide Service. I appreciate it, y'all. Our phone number at the shop is 660-723-5115 if you need anything. Thank you.